Howdy folks, it's Diecastbuffet here again, and it's time for another NASCAR diecast review. Today's car, well, is a little bit of an older one. It was released in 2018, and it was released in Wave 11. It is Kasey Kahne's FDNY Foundation Chevrolet Camaro ZL1. Now, this car is absolutely just definitely thrown together in a oddly looking race car. This is a car that I personally skipped when Wave 11 actually came out. I was like, this car, something about it did not look right, and I decided to pass on it. I ended up getting this car, this car, this car. I already had that one. Skipped on these, and skipped on that one. So essentially, I skipped on all these because I had that one and these I weren't interested in. But I did get 3 here. I didn't get that one. But I decided to get this one for 2 reasons. So number one, I decided to get this car so I could scrap it. I needed some parts. So I decided, hey, I didn't make a review on this. They still have it on the shelves. Why not get it, do a review, and then make a custom out of it? So I'm like, okay, go for it, And I do apologize for my voice. I am getting over some allergies right now. Not fun. So I do apologize if the review sounds a little bit weird. I'm trying to not, just cough my head off, essentially, during it. But anyways, back to the diecast. So it comes with your normal magnet. The packaging is pretty well, beat up. I mean, look at this. It's already got a crease all the way down here. I mean, it's bent corners. I mean, this has definitely been it's been toyed around, so to speak. But it definitely a odd looking die cast. But it does come with a magnet. That's cool. It's sometimes it's better than the sticker, sometimes it's not. Just depends how you look at it. But let's go ahead and get it out of the package. So here she is, folks. Brand new Chevrolet Camaro out of the box. And once again, I mean, this car is just, when I first seen it on the shelves, I mean, this car, it is so ugly. It is one of the most ugliest looking Gen 6 diecasts of the last few years. I mean, or not just diecast, just cars in general. I mean, this car, it looks so bad. Here is the 3 colors they tried to combine. You have red, dark blue, bright yellow, and white. I mean, it looks like a children's book or a box of crayons, so to speak. I mean, this thing just looks so bad. I understand, it's like a tribute thing, fire department, stuff like that. It's just, it looks so bad. These colors, they just clash way too much. It's just not my cup of tea, so to speak. But to the actual diecast itself, the quality is, well, not the best. I do see some issues as of right here. You can kind of see how the back of the car is supposed to be white, but it's clearly not. Right above my left thumb, you can see some red marks, and you can see that on the little deck lid pin right there. You can see that. So that's not cool. That is not cool at all. When you're talking about actual quality on these cars, not good at all. I don't know about you, but the hood looks a little, maybe, I don't know, is that a little crooked to you? I don't know. It looks like the image is like slightly skewed like that. Not a big fan of that one there. We do see some small, like, chips, I think. I'm trying to see if it's like a leftover residue, but it looks like it actually might be chips in the wrap itself. We see one there, we see one here, we see it here. So I mean, there is some quality issues with this die cast. Unfortunately, that's very, very common of Lionel and how their mass product is. It's just riddled with so much defects. One thing I will give to this car is I really like the back of the car, how it says keep back 200 feet. I think that's a nice play of words. But I mean, if you would have took all this blue and you would have made it like black, I mean, or like, I don't know, all red. I mean, honestly, if I would have done this die cast, I would have made all this blue, I would have made it probably white or red, or I'd probably make it white because I think it'd look cool. Maybe move around some of these decals a little bit so it doesn't clash. The numbers, I mean, if you made it white, red, and yellow numbers, it wouldn't have looked as bad. But adding this blue, it's too much, guys. It really is. It's too much, and it just doesn't look right. You know, I like to think of a paint scheme having three main colors. You have red, white, and then blue, or dark blue. And then they try to throw in white into it. It's just too much colors, man. And I don't know. I just don't like it. I understand, you know, it's supposed to mimic, you know, the colors of the insignia, you know, the logo of New York, you know, their fire department. I understand, you know, but that doesn't change the fact this is a very ugly die cast. I mean, I've seen a fire department thing like die cast. They had a truck for it, didn't they? They had a fire department sponsored truck a few years ago. I think it raced at Pocono or something, or tried to get it. I don't know. Anywho, though, it was a pretty cool looking vehicle, and they did it right. It looked good. This is not how you do it. They try to incorporate the Procore design, how it's like modern, fade, kind of like shifting graphics, and then they threw a box of crayons on it, and it just, no. It just doesn't work, guys. If I had to be dead honest with you, this is one of the most ugliest die casts of 2018, and I don't know how they decided at, what is it, Levine Family Racing, that this was a that this was okay, that this was a okay paint scheme to put on the racetrack to sell as merchandise. It's just very poor choice on that. I mean, this paint scheme would not look half bad if it got rid of the blue and made it white. It would not look half bad. I think it's a very poor choice by Levine Family Racing and whoever's in charge of their paint scheme department. I mean, you could have made, like, the decal here, this red one, you could have moved it up a little bit, and you could have moved this one back a little bit, made the numbers red, make all this blue stuff white, and that wouldn't have looked that bad, you know? I understand the sponsor has, you know, a sort of, you know, color scheme they have to kind of follow, but it's like, at what point is it too much? The way I look at it is that if I can represent my brand on a race car better without having the exact colors of my said brand, I'm going to do that. Because if the car looks good with your brand on it, more people are going to buy merchandise with your brand on it. More people are going to like your car that you sponsor, that you pay millions of dollars for. They're going to like it more. They're going to be interested more in your business. I think it's a huge thing. I mean, could you imagine if Jimmy Johnson ran his Lowe's for Pros paint scheme ever since 2002? Lowe's would not have a connection like it does with NASCAR, even though they've walked away. But they would not have that brand identity and kind of fame amongst the fans if that was not present, you know. They would not have this kind of connection amongst the fans if they would have made that crappy paint scheme every year. I think Budweiser for Dale Jr. is a great example. If they would have made a terrible, you know, paint scheme with the 8 car, I don't think it would have been iconic. You know, the 8 car would not have been iconic. Same thing for the 3 car. If they would have made the 3 with Dale Earnhardt look terrible, it would not have been iconic. And my point is that the better looking of your car, the more people buy your merchandise, the more people see your brand, and the more people like your brand. If I see a car that has a really cool design, I'll respect that sponsor more. You know, I might say a few good things about that sponsor, that brand, that company, that, you know, corporation. But when I see stuff like this, it's really stupid. I mean, what are they doing on the back? I mean, you got yellow here, you got white, you got black trim, you got dark blue, and then you got the red. This car is so ugly, man. It's so ugly. This does come with a magnet, and here it is. If Fire Department, City of New York, FDNY, Foundation, KCK, number 95. Just a simple magnet. Obviously, the colors don't match whatsoever. It's because it's a different texture, but I still wish they would fix that. I can't stand when different materials don't have the same color. It really bugs me. All in all, though, this is a die cast that I honestly would not recommend. Not only is this car one of the ugliest ones of 2018, it has defects. I mean, what's crazy about these Lionel ones is every car I almost see a new defect. Like when these cars are defect ridden, I see new problems. It's not like it's one size fits all. No, it's like, wow, this car has a smaller number on one side and has a bigger number on one side. Wow, this car has a giant scratch on it. Wow, this car has this or that. And that's kind of how you describe Lionel's quality, is that it is so inconsistent. I mean, to compare the consistency of Lionel's quality, I can't find anything to compare it to, folks. I really can't. I mean, it's pretty bad. You can buy a $1 Hot Wheels car, and it has better quality than a $5, sometimes $8 or $9 or $10 die cast. Some of these people, they go to the racetrack and they pay $10 to have a die cast that just released. It's mind-boggling. It really is. And oh no, this paint scheme is just, I am not happy with it. I don't like the paint scheme, but there's going to be good things from this car because I will be scrapping it for a custom that I will hopefully be able to do soon. I have a lot of ideas, and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I wanted to get this car so I could work on it. I need a build, and this will be a good donor car. Plus, I didn't have a review for this, so I not only get to make a review on it, I get to make a custom out of it. So this car will be looking very much different once I'm done with it, and I'll feel good about it because this thing is horrid looking. Anyway, though, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new around here, smash that subscribe button. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you have a great one, and Diecastbuffet signing off.